and I'm a sophomore.
My name is Haley, and I'm a freshman.
Yes, and we're here to present South Korea to you. When we talk about South Korea, first I should say 안녕하세요. That means say hello. And right here, as you see, it says there's a custom to bowing in Korea. That's a cultural thing. You should always bow. Yes, so Korea is a peninsula. It's the second most easternmost country in Asia. I'd say the most easternmost is Japan, and then Korea, and then China up here. It is as Korean culture and values include obedience of parents. You know, I have a lot of friends, and they're all Korean, right? And they're so scary. If you talk back to their parents, that's you get smacked. You know, they're all scary. Yes, and yeah. Korean, obedience of family, hard work, and proper decorum. That's why I wore this. I'm trying to look fashionable today. Yes. So, we'll start with the interesting facts here. Koreans consider a year in the womb as counting towards their age. So me right now, I am 15 years old, but in Korea, I would be 16 years old. Yeah. So think of it like a book. In America, you start at 0 years old, and you have your first birthday. In Korea, as soon as I'm born, I'm already 1 year old. So think of it like a book. You will have an introduction to the first chapter. That's American way. You read the introduction and you get to chapter 1. In Korea, there's no introduction. You go straight into year 1. Yeah. So right here, couples at Christmas and families at New Year's. If you watch a K-drama, there's always the Christmas episode, where like the main character and his girlfriend, they have that special moment, and it's always at Christmas, I'm telling you. Yeah, that's love for Christmas and families for New Year. For New Year, there is a rice cake. It's called tteokbokki. I'm sorry, the tteokguk. It's called a tteokguk. It's rice cakes, and you eat it on New Year's Day, and it symbolizes eating away like the previous year, and you're starting the new year now. Yeah. This one is very fun. It's called tetraphobia, which is the fear of the number 4. So when I'm counting in Korean, I'd say 1, 2, 3, and 4. In Korean, 4 is 4, but it also means death, right? The word for the Grim Reaper in Korean is 저승사자, right? And that 4 is in that word. So 4 symbolizes 4, and it also death. So we just don't like that because they're not correlated, but they sound the same. So we do not like that. That's why. Yeah.
So you're gonna post these pictures?
Yes, influence. We talk about Korean culture. We talk about K-pop. And what do you think about K-pop? You think about BTS. You think about K-dramas? That's Korean. Yes. That has blossomed from Netflix ever since COVID started. People are staying at home, and because of that, Netflix has gone on the rise. And because of that, people watch more Netflix, which results in them finding out about Korean culture, K-dramas. I'm sure you watched Squid Game. I'm pretty sure you watched. There's so much more. There's was it Startup. If you've ever seen the show Startup, there's that. Yeah. In these shows, a lot of these people are always beautified. Korea is all about beauty standards, and you can account to that because Korea is the plastic surgery capital of the world. A lot of people around the world come to Korea for plastic surgery, and because you go on Netflix, you see these Korean dramas and you see all these beautiful women, and you're like, oh my gosh, I want to look like them. So they go to Korea for plastic surgery. Yeah. Yes, so it says right here, 8 in 10 foreigners hold positivity towards South Korea, and like I said, from Netflix, K-dramas, K-pop music, all this, people go to Korea and they love it. Yeah. Right here, it says it is also one more thing to add is electronic equipment, vehicles, and machinery. There is Samsung, that's from Korea. There is Kia, the two car companies is Kia and Hyundai. Those are Korean as well. And if you go to Costco, you'll see LG, Life's Good. That's from Korea as well. And now moving on to Korean food. When you think about Korean food, you'll just think of kimchi. I'm sure everyone here has heard of kimchi. It's fermented cabbage with radishes. You ferment Korean cabbages with radishes and pour red pepper powder onto it, and that gives it the distinct red look and of course the spicy flavor. The second one is a noodle dish called jjajangmyeon. It is a noodle dish, of course, and it's with black paste, and you put it in with pork and vegetables. Jjajangmyeon is, before I talk about this, before modern Korea, and it was ruled yes. Before Korea, there was a kingdom. It's called Joseon. That's where the kingdoms of Korea existed. And even before that, before we had our own established language and culture like that, we were mixed in. We had ties with the Chinese. You see, and from there we would write in Chinese. So pre-Joseon, this kingdom era, you'd see Chinese writing in Korean texts, and from that Chinese influence, you got Chinese cuisine, which was this, jjajangmyeon. And over time, as it develops, we kind of made it into our own dish, right? That's why you go to Korea, you go to a Chinese food restaurant, you'll always see jjajangmyeon. And me, I went to Korea this previous summer, and in 1 month, 30 days, I probably ate 10 times. So a third of a month, I ate jjajangmyeon every single day. It's delicious, yes. And finally, to end, we're talking about the landmarks. So that Joseon Kingdom era I was talking about, there's a palace called Gyeongbokgung Palace. Nobody lives there, of course, but you can go to this palace and you can see the sights, and you'll see how Korea has evolved from this kingdom era to the urban, wonderful wonderland that you see today. The second one is called the N Seoul Tower. The N stands for Namsan. It's a city within Korea, a region in Korea, and it's a tower that overlooks all of Seoul. And I've been there. It is beautiful. It's like New York City but better. It's an Asian New York City, basically. You'll see that. And yeah, definitely Namsan Seoul Tower. The last one is called Incheon Tribal, or just a tribal. It's located in a city called Incheon. It's one of the biggest cities in South Korea, apart from Seoul, of course. It's an architectural masterpiece, I'll call it. It's a mix of it's a blending of 3 different bowls, and at night it starts shining. It's a metal bowl structure, but it starts getting dark, and it starts shining. I can't explain it. It's just too beautiful to explain. Yeah. Yeah. So there you go. That was South Korea, and yes, thank you.